Hello everyone and welcome back to another Diecast review. This is a diecast we should have gotten to a lot more recently, I guess you could say, a lot sooner, because I've had it for like a couple weeks now, and I've been wanting to do a review and then everything else just kind of piled on top of it. And in my personal opinion, they were better videos than this specific car here. But today is the day we're going to finally be reviewing the Focus Factor scheme for Erik Jones. Now, at first, I wasn't even going to get the scheme. I'm not even going to lie. I wasn't going to get it because I'm trying to do a little bit of budget cuts. That way I can just kind of have a little more towards, because like I still want to collect, but I'm trying to get a couple, because like honestly, if I wasn't going to bring back the Little Wrangler Cup series, of course my stop motion series, I would not even have this car. There's a couple good cars I wouldn't have. So instead of just getting every single paint scheme and, you know, to run it for the races, I'm just only going to get like, I don't know, maybe two. I'll get all the patriotic ones that come out, I'll get all the throwbacks that will come out, and then, you know, I'll get like the primary, maybe a secondary if I like it well enough. But, you know, as far as that goes, I'm going to try to stick to one or two vehicles, or two entries, I guess you could say, per driver in terms of main sponsor, or like main paint scheme. So that's the attempt. I said that for last season, and then look where we are now. So, of course, it's been like over 2 years since I've even... dude, honestly, like half of you probably don't even know I did a stop motion series, but some of you came from, specifically from those races. So, if you're still here, thank you very much. I'm glad you stuck around. And again, we'll be bringing that back too. So do not worry. It's coming back. I promise we are going to be revamping it a little bit. More editing, more time put into it, more effort, stuff like that. But anyway, let's go on to this diecast right here, which is going to be Erik Jones, the number 43 Focus Factor. Now, I mean, again, I hate the boxes still because they just look way too similar to the diecast metal chassis versions, but I mean, it's not a bad box. Like, overall, for just a standard box, it's not bad, but I wish it would have some color variety and just some different variants. But nonetheless, again, this paint scheme is not bad. I think the 124 is out for this already, but we're getting in. This is, like, again, one of the earlier ones that we saw. And I wasn't going to get it, but I'm like, you know what? Why not? A lot of people seem to like this car, so I figured I'd give the people what they want. Now, I think this was supposed to be a Dayglow 43. I'm not too sure, because I know for the 43 paint schemes before, they used to be, or used to attempt to do the Dayglow. I'm not too sure if this is the same song and dance, but I don't know. Either way, it's got the orange on there, so let's go ahead and get this diecast out of the box and take a closer look. Here's the diecast out of the box. Now, again, pretty awesome paint scheme. I mean, it's not that I didn't like the paint scheme, it's that I didn't get it. I just didn't get it because I didn't really think, you know, I thought an Erik Jones would come out, like a different one, and I was kind of wanting a different scheme, but I don't know, the scheme's kind of grown on me. Again, I kind of like it, like, just to begin with, but it's gotten a little better on me. Like, it's kind of grown. I'm not really too sure why. But anyway, let's go and get this review underway. Focus Factor, all nice and big right there on the hood. It got ZL1 on the little, like, corner pieces like they used to do for... Oh, when did they start doing this? It was definitely after the Camaro. I don't know if it was 2018 or 19, but they started doing that after the Camaro. Some paint schemes have the ZL1 1LE on it, and some don't. Now, this is a ZL1. They went back a little bit. So instead of the ZL1 1LE for 2020, they went to a ZL1, even though it's still kind of shaped the same, but more, you know, bulky, of course. But, I mean, they just look like wide-body Camaros. That's really all they look like, except for the back end. I think the back end's a little more rounded off versus the actual, like, street version, or the civilian version, whatever you want to call it. But nonetheless, I got Jones right there on the banner, of course. Got the 43 right there, nothing behind that. Jones right there on the rear banner. And there's nothing on the deck lid for whatever reason. Not really too sure as of why. But there is nothing on the back. Well, on the... Okay. So, I'm not even going to lie. I kind of was looking... Oh, they are paint chips. So, they screwed up the rivets of this... Like, it's on top of the spoiler. They screwed up the rivets so bad I thought there was paint chips, and then they turned out to actually be paint chips. So, I mean, the rivets are not something I'm super worried about, but, I mean, it'd be nice to kind of have them, you know, straight, I guess. Focus Factor, nutrition for the brain, I guess. Was this food? No, that can't be food. Nutrition for the brain. Was that, like, some technology thing? Some learning curve, learning experience, I don't know. Camaro there, 43. Of course, you got the ZL1 down at the bottom there. Got the little whatchamacallits down here. The diffusers, dividers, diffusers. I think they're diffusers, like technically. U.S. Air Force, focus factor, nutrition for the brain. Got safety clean there. Of course, you got the wheels. Trans Impact. Is that the first time we've seen that? I'm not too sure. That's the first time I've seen it. Erik Jones there. Let's see. Mac Tools STP. What is that one? Is that Claritin? No, I don't. What is that? Or is that Columbia? That's Columbia. Freaking Claritin. What in the world? Yeah, that's on this car. You got the 43 there. Ooh, that's not good. It looked like they had some sort of like decal like issue, and then kind of like try to paint over it. Speaking of decal issue, I kind of see something over on this side. You can see the overlap of the blue. Look at that there. You can see, like, if you look really closely, you can see the line going underneath that decal for the blue. So, looks like somebody had a little too big of a bumper, and because it's on both sides, it looks like they just kind of just put it on there anyway. They didn't trim it, they didn't fix that, they just kind of let it go, and because of that, because they're like, it was too big of a bumper, there's wrinkles there, and then I think there's another wrinkle over here. So interesting about how that kind of played out. And the Petty logo is underneath the headlight, like actually underneath of the headlight. It's not just sitting there. It is covered, like halfway covered up by the headlight. So, I mean, everything else looks good. The front end's a little goofy, not going to lie, but I mean, the rest of it, that's not too bad, if I'm being honest. So, I mean, the paint scheme, I mean, it's not bad. Again, I like it. I like the green mainly on it, which, I mean, blue's my favorite color. And I guess green kind of complements that kind of good, I guess, because it doesn't look bad on the paint scheme. Now, of course, if we had a day glow number, that would be a lot better, but, you know, that's just my opinion. I'm sure a few others have that opinion as well. But, I mean, nonetheless, again, decent paint scheme. It looks good on the next-gen car. I really appreciate how they kind of kept that blue and kept the 43 focus factor in that, like, blue stripe. That looks pretty good. And, of course, they changed it on the bottom. It's almost like a Chris Buescher's car, where they got this wee little, like, here, let me be precise, I guess. You got this, like, this little piece down here. That's also on Chris Buescher's car, so I like how they kind of keep the design here and then still have the slit through the middle for the, like, number and sponsorship and stuff. So I do appreciate that. That actually looks really good. It makes the paint scheme look a lot better. It makes it fit better on the next-gen cars. So that is something I really like when they do for the new paint schemes. Once again, pretty good. So, I mean, for the paint scheme itself, I'd probably give it about an 8.5, 8.5, maybe a 9. I mean, it's not incredible or anything, but I don't know. I give it an 8. I'll say that, because I don't see anything I don't like about the car other than the roof number, but I'm not going to put that on the scheme because I think Lionel kind of messed up the number. But nonetheless, oh, Erik Jones, he's kind of floating away back here. I just realized that. But nonetheless, I mean, the quality on this car could be a little better, but it's not as bad as I've seen. Especially after Wave 3. Oh my god, after Wave 3, I don't think anything looks bad compared to this anymore, or something like that anymore. So, yeah, either way, yeah, I feel like this is a good place to kind of leave this off. So, again, giving it about an 8 out of 10. You know, not a bad paint scheme. There's nothing I don't like about it. The quality of the car would have made it a little better if it was actually, you know, accurate. But I'm definitely not going to dock points from the paint scheme because of that. But once again, that'll be all for this diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.